Hello everyone, let's wait for a minute or two so that everyone joins and then we'll start. Hello everyone. Okay, so give me +1 if you can see my screen and I'm audible. Should you ended class? Yes, I got confused. Not half an hour, 20 minutes before actually. I got confused with timing and I thought it is 5 and I stopped early. We'll stretch this class a little bit, okay? We'll get everything covered. I tried at this, but only 20% accepted. Uh, Index is what? Can you tell me the question? Can we get written notes? Whatever I write here, I can give you. Other than this, I don't prepare any notes. Why it got printed? So guys, I'm getting a lot of problems in chat box. So if you want me to see the program or if you want any problem to be solved, please ping me over Slack. I know I haven't went to Slack for yesterday, but today I'm planning to go on evening and I'll reply to all the messages. So if you want any question that you are not able to solve or you need some help, please ping me over Slack. I'll reply there. Okay. It's difficult for me to stop for a single person. Okay. How to print number to given range. While writing for let I is equal to 1, how will you start from first line sequence? It may take first value in input file. Can you explain this problem? See, I cannot go to a single problem for a single person. Okay, in this class, ping me over, ping me over, ping me over ping me over, ping me over Slack. I'll have a look on that. Okay. I'll definitely help you out, but ping me over Jeet Prasad. Okay. I'm pasting my name, search this name on Slack and ping me on this. Okay. Yeah, but I'll try to explain it. I'll be able to solve your query. Okay. Okay, let us start where I have left. Okay. So this is the query. This is the problem we were solving. We were trying to understand break, and what we understood is break can be used to break the loop, occurrence of loop in between. Like suppose a loop has to run 4 times. It's like an example. Take suppose teacher has asked you to do utak batak 10 times, and suddenly he realizes, okay, I have some important task. You break, you stop, you go to and sit in between. So when he breaks you in between, suppose you have done 2 utak bataks and he say, oh, stop, go and go home, go to your sit. Have you learned your lessons? He said, yes, I have learned my lessons. Go and sit. Okay. So basically what happens is there is a way to stop the loop in between. We don't have to always go through all the iteration. So that can be done using break keyword. Break keyword does what? When break keywords encountered, basically it will stop the loop from here, and it will not iterate through the rest of the iteration if left, and it will transfer the control to the next line after the loop, body of the loop. It will transfer the body, it will transfer the this control after the loop. So this is what, sir, when for let means, please type questions clearly so that I can understand. Okay. So this is what we wanted to do. So we went through a query, we went through a problem where we wanted to find a number, and if number is found, we need to print present, and if number is not found, we needed to print not present. And this is what we did. We read the first line, which will tell me the query integer, then read the length of the sequence, then declare a variable. This variable helps me find out whether the number is present or not, right? Then we run a loop bit for all the elements in the sequence. Then we read one element at a time. Why we are reading inside the loop? Why we are reading the element inside the loop? Because the input has new line, right? Because the input is present in the new, because the input is present in new line. That's why what happens? That's why we need to read the file, read the elements in a loop. So once we read the element, we check whether it is equal to query. If it is equal, basically we mark it 1 so that we understand that we have entered into the if condition, and then call break. We don't need to go ahead and search for other numbers, right? We don't need to go there. Once we find it is present, we come and return and say, okay, if mark is open, that means what? The control has entered here, and we say present. And if it is not, if mark is 0, that means mark is 0 means what? We have not entered. This if condition was never true, and we marked is not present. Okay. Is it okay? All of you, have you understand everything here? Any doubt here in this program? You can ping me. You can send me your doubts here. Instead of mark 1, can we use plus plus? Yes, you can use plus plus, but here I want to search single occurrence, right? Here I want to search single occurrence. Okay. And if you do plus plus, then basically it will count how many times. It will be 1. It will not be 0. So you can say that, yes. Basically, it should not be 0. If we do plus plus also, it should not be 0, right? That time I face problem. Try to understand, try to dry run and understand where is the problem. Okay. Tell me if you have more doubts. Line number 57, why it is less than sequence, not less equal to. No, we cannot say equal to. You cannot say equal to. If you say equal to, it will be always true. This is a condition, right? This is a condition. not a assignment. This is a condition that we are checking. If you do I is equal to, if you remove this one, I will always get length of I will be always 5 and it will be always true, isn't it? I will be always 5. This means what? You are assigning the value of length sequence into I, right? We do not want to do that. We want to check a condition. We want to run the loop till I is less than length of sequence. Is it clear, Shubham? Is it clear, Shubham? Shubham? Please reply, please respond so that I can understand. If it is not, tell me, no, not clear. So can we also use greater than equal to? See, what is your purpose? What is your purpose? Tell me. Your purpose is to run this loop, to run the body, whatever present in this body, 5 times, right? Till the sequence. So if you use greater than, suppose you want to use greater than equal to, then what happens? You run. I is 1. I is greater than this 5. This is 5, right? Sequence length is 33 right now. No, sorry. Sequence length is 4 right now. I is greater than equal to 4. Does it holds true? It doesn't runs for single time also. Isn't it? Isn't it? Are you getting? It doesn't run for single time also. I need to design a query in such a way that holds true. This condition holds true for 4 times, and 5th time it should break. So can we put element query int equal to 1 in it? Is it right? Can we put element query int is equal to 1? Query int is equal to 1. Which line number? 60. No. Are you comparing with 1? No, right? I am comparing whether the number that I have read here in element is equal to query integer or not. Query integer is what? Is the first element that I have read. Now this is the sequence. I have to find this inside this. Am I searching 1? No, I am searching whether the element that I have read is equal to the element I am finding. I'm trying to find out, right? So you cannot do is equal to 1. No. Is equal to what? It checks the value. Are we expecting element to be 1? Are we finding 1? No, right? We are not finding 1 here. We also, can we use Boolean here? This returns Boolean itself, right? It will either return true or false, this condition operator, right? Is equal to, is the t-shirt I'm trying to find out? No or yes. It will say either yes, it will say no. For this condition, it will be false. 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 All the conditions are false. How you will search in an array? Tell me how you will search in an array. Basically, this element will be an array. Suppose this is an array. Element is an array. So it will give you the index. Here you will find the index. Loop will help us to iterate over the elements. Instead of reading it from the file, you will use an array to do it. I remove mark and else console not present. It worked. Is that fine? I removed mark and else. No, then try a input. Try a input where you don't find. Try this input. Then it will not print anything. Try a input file where you don't find the number. This input. Try this input. You will not, your program will not print anything. So guys, there was a question. There was a query inside in the sorry. There was query in the chat box, just checking, asking that should we remove this mark and this else, and it should work. Yes, for present it will work. Let me remove this. Okay, let me comment this or remove this. Comment this basically, otherwise I'll have to write again. Let me comment this. Hope. Then what happens? It will not print anything if the element is not present. For this example, see here, it doesn't print anything. Why? Because the element is not found, right? So we need a else to find it out whether element is present or not. Are you getting it? Is it clear? Write for only present, it will. If you want to only write print if it is present, then it is okay. The program will change depending on what is the question, what is the query, right? Program is what? Program is basically we want to solve a problem. Depending on the problem, our code will change, our logic will change. As simple as that. Are we all clear about this problem? Are we all, and do you all understand this? Any doubt you can ask me? Okay. Okay, so I got a lot of yes and +1. So I understand you have all understood this. Let us go to the new problem. Okay. So there is another keyword called continue, and how to use it, where to use it, I'll explain with a problem. Okay. Let us solve the problem. Solving the problem, we will understand why continue is required. Let me copy the problem from somewhere. I'll not type the question. Where is the problem? Where is the, do I have it somewhere? I do not have. Let me type it, okay? I cannot see anywhere that problem. Let me type it. So what problem says is, Election Commission receive application for voter ID. Election Commission receive Election Commission. Travel concession voter ID. Yes, I have this problem. Yes, found the question. Found the question. Yes. Okay. So this is the question we want to solve. Okay. Let us read the problem. When we have a problem, what we do? When we do have a problem, what we do? First thing, understand the problem statement. Let us read the problem statement, what it says. So it says Election Commission receive application for voter IDs. So when we want to vote, when we attend the age of 18, we want to vote and we apply for voter IDs, right? So it is saying Election Commission. So suppose the Election Commission is one we are representing. So Election Commission receive an application for voter IDs. A person is eligible only if their age is more than 18 years, right? If you are more than 18 years, you are eligible to vote, right? Help Election Commission to count the number of valid application. Okay. So basically we need to count how many of them are valid application. Okay. So what is the input that we are expecting? First line contains the positive integer say n, denoting the number of application. Basically the input, how many person has applied for the voter ID, right? Next L line contains one integer denoting the age of applicants. So basically it is a sequence. First number will tell me how many candidate has applied, and then we need to go through this. These are ages of the person. We need to check the age of the person, and depending on that, we will have to reply whether they are eligible or not, right? They are eligible or not. Do we agree? Do you understand the problem statement? Is it clear to you? Any doubt in the problem statement? Okay. So here in this example, what it says, a person is eligible only if the age is more than 18. More than, okay? 18 will not be considered as voting age. It will be more than 18 years. Okay. So here more than 18 years is 23 is more than 80 years, 45 is more than 18 years, 2, 20 is more than 18 years, 17 and 18 will not be counted. So three people are eligible here. Do you understand? 18 is not counted as a eligible, more than 18. As per the problem, it says a person is eligible only if their age is more than 18 years. So anybody who is 18 years old will not be eligible. So this person who is 18 years old will not be eligible for the voter ID. Am I making sense? Can we read 45 value means negative value? Yes, we can, but negative value will not, you should ignore it. Right now, the inputs are only positive. If it is negative, you should put a check in front that if it is a negative number less than 0, return invalid input. Like that. Okay. Okay, so this is the expected. Let us write some test cases. Suppose I suppose 6 people responded, applied, and their age are 22, 34, 18, 16. How many of them are? 4 are there. 2 more I need, right? So 19 years, 20 years. So this can be one input. What will be the expected output in this? How many persons are eligible in this set of input? How many persons are eligible? 22 is eligible, 34 is eligible, 19 is eligible, 20 is eligible. 4 are eligible, right? 4 are eligible. So it will be 4. Output should be 4. Is it clear? The expected test case, if need output is 23, 25, and 40. If need output is, I didn't got your question. Okay. So next step that we want to do is write the algorithm. Write the algorithm. So try to understand the difference here. Here, when we find something, we are counting, we are not breaking. Are we trying to find a single person who is eligible for the voter ID? Are we counting that? No, we have to go through all the elements, even if we found somebody is eligible or somebody is not eligible. Basically, we need to count it something, right? We do not break. In earlier problem, what was our problem? We needed to find one, whether it is present or not, true or false, whether it is present or not. So once we find it, we break it, right? It's like extended search. Like suppose I have multiple people. Okay, there is a class. Try to follow my problem, my example. Okay, 18 is included or not? 18 is not included. There was a question: 18 is included or not? As I explained earlier, people has to be greater than 18. So 18 is not included. Yes. So try to follow this example. So suppose in a class, a teacher come and she is in a very good mood, okay? And she says, if each one and or if everyone in this class has done their homework, we will not study today, we'll go and play outside. Are you following me? What the teacher says? Teacher says, if everyone has done their homework, we will not study and go and play. Okay, are you following me? Then what happens? The teacher will go ahead and search. If she finds anyone who has not done her or his homework, the condition is false. We need to return. We don't need to go and ahead and search. Do you all agree? Do you all agree with this? The teacher says, if everyone in this class has done their homework, we will not study. So to check that, what she needs to do? She needs to go to each student and check if any one of them has not done their homework. So we will find out. She will search. You have done it. You have done it. You have done it. Oh, I found one who has not done it. And simply we will break. We will not go ahead and search, right? This is the example of break, where once we find something, we break. We don't need to go further. But is this example clear? This is where we can use break, right? Do you all agree? Give me +1 if you agree. Now let us change the example a little bit. Okay, let us change the example a little bit. Now C is not in a good mood. C doesn't want you to go and play. C wants to punish you. So C says what? Count the number of people who has not done their homework. See the difference. Count the number of people who has not done their homework. See the difference, okay? Now this time you do not need to break. You need, once you find the person who has not done their homework, you note it down, take him out of the seat, place it somewhere, but you do something. But still, after finding one, you still continue and find the next one, right? You do not break. Do you understand? And what happens if you find someone who has done their homework? What happens if you find someone who has done their homework? Basically, you continue, ठीक है, इसके पास है, he has done this homework. Next, go to the next person who has, let me check whether he has done it or not, right? So when we find someone who has done their homework, basically we don't do anything. We continue. So there is a keyword called continue. Basically, it says what? Once you receive this person who has done this homework, you go to the next person. You go to the next iteration. Here, students are what? Students are iteration. Right? If we don't use continue, it will be same as before when it we used to use for loop. Am I right? Yes, I'll coming to that thing. Okay. So let us solve this problem and we will understand where to use continue and how it works. Okay. Let us use continue. So first, second, two things we done. We understood the problem. Problem is that the Election Commission received application for voter IDs. A person is eligible only if their age is more than 18 years. Help Election Commission to count the number of applications. Okay. This is what we need to do, right? Now, what I need to do? Write the algorithm. Third thing, so start. First thing, do what? Read the number of applicants. We all agree? This is the first step that we need to do. Give me +1 if you agree. Second step, what? Second step is what? Once we have this, read the age of first applicant. Or basically, second step should be declare a variable. Declare a variable to count the number of eligible applicants. Declare a variable to count the number of eligible applicants. Right? Now, third point is what? Run a for loop. Run a for loop or loop and check age of each applicant, right? Check age of each applicant. Fourth number, if age is greater than 18 years, increment the count variable. Do we all agree? Do we understand this? The algorithm, right? Any doubt in the algorithm? Give me +1 if you agree. Yes. Now, what is the next step? What is the next step we should do? We should do what? We should convert this algorithm into code. So first of all, I need input code. So let me go and copy this input code and paste it in my file. So I'll do that. I'll paste this in my file, right? So now I have this input. Now let me convert this code into algorithm into code. So first thing is read the number of applicants. So let me declare a variable number of applicants. Okay. And what is this? I'll have to read the file for this. Read line. This is a string, so I have to parse it into integer. I'll have to parse it into integer. Okay. Now I have the number of applicants. Now, since the input Since the input is in new line, I need to call read line multiple times to read each edge. Do you agree? I need to call read line in a loop. I need to call read line in a loop. Explain fourth line in algorithm. If age is greater than 18 years, then increment the count variable. So we have a count variable which counts how many of them are eligible, right? We have a count variable that points out how many of them are eligible. So here declare a count variable and initially mark it as 0. Initially mark it as 0. Okay. Now every time we found someone whose age is greater than 18 years, we should increment this count and finally print this count variable. Let us write one more. 5 dot display value of count variable. Explain fourth. Is it okay? Hasib, is it okay? Please respond. Yeah. So I have a number of applicants, how I have the count. So next thing what I need to do, I need to read from all the elements. So I need to run a for loop for let I is equal to 1 and I should go till number of applicants, right? Then I plus plus. So what does it mean? This loop will run how many times? This loop will run how many times? First I will be 1, then 2, then 3. What is number of applicants in our example? What is the number of applicants in example? 5. So basically this loop will run till 5, 4 and 5, right? Do you all agree? Do you all agree? Why count is 0? You tell me why count is 0. Have you found someone who is eligible till now? Till this step, have you found someone who is eligible? No, right? The scoreboard starts with 0. This is scoreboard. Scoreboard is 0. When we find someone, we'll increment the value. That's why I have started with 0. If I start with run 1, so opponent will say, hey, you are adding one extra number to that guy, right? Right? So basically, it should start from 0. That no one has eligible till now. Do you agree? Is everything okay till now? Now what should be the next step? Read the age of the applicant, right? Read the age of the applicant, isn't it? So let us read the age of the applicants. Let age, declare a variable age and read the file, input file for the next input. This will be a number, so do a parse int. This will be a number, so do a parse int, right? So I get the age. I have the age now. What is the first age in the input file? What is the first age in the input file? 23, right? So the first value for this will be 23, right? Now what I need to do, once I have read the age, I'll have to check if age is greater than 18. See, greater than, not equal to. If age is greater than 18, then what? Then increment the count variable. Increment the count variable. Do you all agree? I can do increment the count variable. And finally, I can come out and print it. Console.log count. Do you all agree this? Is it clear, this program? This is very simple program and every one of us know this, right? Why less than? I'm not using less than. My starts from Z1. I need to count 5 times. So that's why I have used equal to. Sir, I cannot hear your voice. Can I rejoin? Yes, rejoin, please. Okay. Any doubt in this program? Sir, if input will be in a single line, in that case, this will be outside the loop. We will read it. What we will do? We'll basically call read line here. Int let sequence is equal to read line. We all know this, and dot split kar do. We'll do a split on space. Once I do this, I'll have the sequence as an individual element, and we will not do this. And age will be equal to first element, second element. This can change to sequence elements. Or if we have to print sum of ages of eligible candidate also. Yes. Depending on the question, your logic will change. In line number 61, can't we do eligible is equal to count plus plus? And in 65 and in 65, 61, 61 is what? So you want to change the count variable to eligible, right? Yes, you can do. You can mark it as many. You can name it as you want. I'll change that. Eligible. This is what you wanted, right? Eligible. Okay, we'll use the eligible variable. And here we'll print eligible. If I is equal to 0, you should not use double equal to is equal to here. By start from wherever you want to use it, but your loop should run 5 times. The body of the loop should run 5 times. Why? Because that is the length of the length of the number of applicants. Basically, that is the number of applicants, length of the list or number of applicants that we are reading. Sorry, sir, I have some problem on my internet. Can you explain, please? Yes. I have not proceeded further. I'm just explaining some doubts here. Can we input in a single line? Yes, you can input in a single line. That's why I wrote this code, right? Commented code. In this case, this will be used and this will not be used. Can we reshuffle line 53 and 54? Yes, you can. Until unless it's mess up with the does it matters whether you declare a variable first or you read the file first? No, right? So you can do it. Can we take age variable outside the loop? No, not for this one. Why? Because I need to read this file multiple times. If I put the age variable outside, I will have to run a loop again to read the file, isn't it? If this is the case, if the input was different and each one was in a single line, in that case, the age will be outside the loop. That is what I explained here. I decided a sequence here, right? Yes, you can print the sum of the edges also, not a problem. If I need output is, so instead of this, you print it inside the for loop. You put this inside the for loop and print the age. Change the logic as you wanted, as the problem changes. 5 is an integer. Yes, 5 is an integer. If you want to print the age, okay, if you want to print the age of the eligible person, instead of printing plus plus, you can print the age here directly. That will do, right? Remaining input working as a sequence. Yes, this one it tells the number and this one tells the sequence, but in a new line. Okay, so let us change this approach. Okay, let us change this approach. Suppose I do not want to solve like this. I want to solve in a different way. I want to say if age is greater than less than 18. If age is less than 18, then you do what? If age is less than 18, you continue. You do not do anything. You do not do anything. Else you do what? You change the increment the eligible variable. See, let me dry run this code. Let me dry run this code, okay? To understand how continue works. Let me dry run this code to understand how continue works. Okay, please concentrate. Everyone is with me? Should I start the dry run? These are two different ways of implementing the same things. Okay. Here I want to use continue. It is not necessary to use continue, but you can solve using continue also. I just wanted to explain how continue works. Okay. Okay. So what I do, read the number of applicants. What I do, I call read line. When I call read line, basically it will go inside the file and read the read line, first line. When it reads the first line, what happens? It reads 5 and it converts it into integer because we are calling %. We are calling %, right? We go here, declare a variable with 0. Basically, it will be counter to count how many person are eligible. Next thing, what we do, we start a loop to read the number of applicants. How many applicants are there? 5 applicants are there. So I will run a for loop 1 to 5, basically 1 to 5, and start processing. So I'll say 1, I is equal to 1. I come here, I read the line again. I read the file again. When I read the file, what do I read for this time? Second line I read. What is the value of second line? 23 is the value of second line. So basically 23, I read it from the file. So age is equal to 23. I say 23 less than 18. Is 23 less than 18? What is the condition I check? 23 less than 18. This condition is false, right? This condition is false. This condition is false. As a result, we do not enter here and we do eligible +1. When we do eligible +1, eligible becomes 1. Do we all agree? Eligible becomes 1, right? Eligible becomes 1. We go again and say I is equal to 2. Okay, I is equal to 2. And I call read line again. When I call read line again, I go inside the file and read the second line, which is 45. So 45 will be read. 45 will be read. I read the 45. I come here. I check. Age is 45. I check another condition. What is the condition I'm checking? 45 is less than 18. Again, this condition is false, right? Again, this condition is false. So I do not enter in the for loop and I increment the eligible by 1. So basically it becomes +1 and it becomes 2, right? It becomes 2. All agree? Eligible becomes 2. Give me +1 if you agree. Eligible. Code without continuous, same result. Yes, yes. This is same way I'm solving problem in two different ways. I just wanted to explain what happens when continue comes into picture. Okay. So eligible becomes 2. Now I becomes 3. I becomes 3. Still less than 4, right? What is the input? 5. Still less than 5. So 3. I come here. I read the next input. What is the next line in the file? 18. So I read 18 now. I read 18 now. 18. 18 is less than 18. 18 is less than 18. This is false, but it should be positive. So I need to change my logic. I need to make it equal to, right? Less than equal to, because 18 is not included. I should not increment eligible when 18 is. Are you getting it? What is the problem? It should be greater than 18, right? So when I have changed the logic to less than, it should be equal to. It should include is equal to. Are you getting here? Y is equal to is required. Give me +1 if you're able to understand. So this condition holds true. There is a is equal to in between, right? There is a is equal to in between. So this condition holds true. 18 less than equal to 18. This condition holds true. When this condition holds true, basically we hit continue. Basically we hit continue. When we hit continue, then this is not executed. Try to understand, this is outside if, still it is not executed. This will not get executed. Why? When continue is hit, basically rest of the body of the for loop will not get executed and we will go to the next iteration. We'll go to the next iteration. What is the behavior of continue? So when I'm searching for a person who has not done a homework, when I find someone who has done his homework, I do not increment the variable. I go to the next person. So I go to the next iteration. Skip the, no, not skip the next iteration. Skip the body of the loop for this iteration. So this statement, line number 64 will not get executed when continue is hit. Line number 64 will not get executed when continue is hit. We'll go to the next iteration. Continue is equal to break? No. If in case of, suppose I have a break here. In that case, what will happen? It will break here and come here and print the eligible, right? Print the eligible directly. If I am using continue, it will not print this one and it will go and increment the I to 4. Go and increment the I to 4. If I put a break here, the loop stops at 3. 4 will not be executed. Continue is not equal to break. Break breaks the loop. Continue does what? Continue skips the rest of the body of the loop when this condition is hit. What I mean to say is, let me run a new program. Let me open a new file. There I'll explain one more. Suppose I have a variable, let num is equal to 5. Okay. And I want to print even numbers. Okay. I want to print even numbers. So what I'll do, for let I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 5, I plus plus, and say console.log I or num, no, I, yes, I. What will be the output of this program right now? Tell me the output of this program. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you agree? 1 to 5. Everyone, do you agree it is 1 to 5? Now suppose I want to say I will skip the number who are odd numbers. Sorry, 1 to 5. Yes, I'll skip the numbers who are odd numbers. So what should I do? I will say if I modulus 2 is not equal to 0, you do what? You continue. Now try to dry run this code, okay? I is equal to 1. I modulus 2 not equal to 0. Yes, not equal to 0. Then what? Continue is hit. When continue is hit, console will not get printed. This will not get printed. So 1 will not get printed. I come to 2, I become 2, 2 is yes. 2 is yes. So this condition doesn't hold true and 2 is get printed. Let me run this code first. Test 66. See, for 1, 3, and 5, this condition doesn't holds true. As a result, this line was skipped. Even if I put any other console.log hello, any number of statement that I put here, all the statement will be skipped, not a single statement. All the statement after continue will be skipped for that iteration. By. So this hello and bye gets printed for only even numbers. For odd number, this continue line number 8, 9, 10 will not get printed. Are you able to understand continue? What continue does? when this continue is hit, rest of the statement for that iteration will be skipped. For that iteration will be skipped. Are you able to get it, guys? Please give me +1 if you're able to understand. For odd numbers, this hello and bye got printed. Even numbers. Odd numbers, it was not, because continue was hit. As a result, rest of the statement in the body of the loop was skipped for that iteration. Please explain once again. Yes, that is what I'm doing. What the use of num is equal to 5 here? Num is just way to tell me how many times I need to run this loop. How many times I need to run this? Okay, I don't use num here. Sorry, I should use num here. Rightly pointed out. Now see, if I use break here, what happens? Suppose if I use break here, what happens? Tell me, if I use break here, what happens? It will not print anything. Why it will not print anything? Let me run this code, okay? Try run this code. I is equal to 1. I is equal to 1. I come here, I check. This condition is true. This condition is true or false? 1 modulus 2 is not equal to 0, correct? It is true. Once it is true, I come here, I hit break, I come out. I come out here at line number 12. So as a result, if I save this program and run, basically it will not print anything. Why? Because when break is hit, I do not go ahead and continue. But when continue is used, it is skipping for that 1. I is equal to 1. It goes to I is equal to 2. When break is hit, I is equal to 2 is not executed. Why? Because we are breaking the loop. Because if condition is always true. No, if condition is not always true. This is always true. Is this condition always true? No, this is true only for odd numbers. Now what happens? Suppose I is equal to 1. What happens? I go here. This condition true. I hit continue. When I hit continue, this is not executed. I go to I is equal to 2. I go to I is equal to 2. This time this is not true. This condition is false. As a result, I print 2 and I print 4 hello and bye. Again, I is equal to 3. This condition holds true. As a result, continue is hit. As a result, for 3, this number is not printed. For 3, this number is not printed. Audio is not heard. Buffering. Is it for everyone? Am I audible? I'm audible. Please check your internet connection, okay? When this condition is true, that is for odd numbers. That is for when I is equal to 1 and 3, 1, 3 and 5, 1, 3 and 5. Basically, this condition holds true, right? This condition holds true. This condition is true for I is equal to 1, 3, 5. As a result, these statements are not executed for I is equal to 1, 3 and 5. Are you able to get it? Are you able to understand this? Any doubt here? Continue and break. All clear? You can ask me if you have any doubt. Explain break. Repeat break. Yes. Now, if break is hit, if I put a break instead of continue, if I put break, how it behaves? You tell me. You run it by yourself. You tell me how it behaves if I break. So whenever this condition is true, it breaks. Now what happens? I is equal to 1. I is equal to 1. I come here. This condition is true, and I hit break. When I hit break, I break out of the loop. I come here. Let me print something here. Console.log end of loop. End of loop. Now see, if break is hit, if break is encountered, when I is equal to 1, basically I'm end of the loop. I'm coming here at the line number 12. Break ends the loop. When break is hit, when when the teacher is in good mood and sees only want to find one person who has not done homework, when I found one person, I will quit. I will not continue, right? Program will not break. Program will not break. The for loop will break. Program will not exit. No, the for loop, the loop that we are doing into will break. Will stop iterating. Will not go through the rest of the iteration. Yes, continue and break only works inside for loop, inside any loop, for loop, while loop, do while, or whatever. But when I use continue, it executes for it. One is hit, rest of the elements will not get executed, but it continues for second iteration. See here, it continues for second iteration. End of the loop is printed only once, but all the iterations were carried out. Is it clear? Give me +1 if it's clear. Can you explain how 4 comes as output? 4 is an even number. 4 is an even number. So this is not hit for 4. For 2 and 4, this condition will be false, right? So continue will not be hit. As a result, this statement will get executed. Why 2 is not printed? 2 is printed. It hides in the line. So if I execute like this, 2 is printed. 2 and 4, or all the even numbers, for even numbers, this 3 console, line number 8, 9, 10 will get printed, will get executed. Is it clear? Any doubt you can ask me. Sir, we don't require continue in our program, but break is necessary as from the above problem. Sir, we don't require continue. Our program, but break is necessary as from the above problem. In this problem, break was necessary, yes, because we don't want to do it. Here, I can do this program without continue also, but I wanted to show you how to do using continue, how continue works. That is correct. You should not, we have a way to solve this problem without continue. Okay. Why 4 comes after by? Because see here, what happens for I is equal to 2, what happens? It comes here, this condition is false. So it goes ahead, prints 2, prints hello, prints by, and then goes for 3. 3, nothing, continue is hit, it will not print. 4, again, 4 will be printed. So this print gets printed for 2, hello and by. Then 4 for 4 is printed and hello and by. And then 5, it is not printed for anything. Let me print the I value here. It will be more important. Console.log I. Okay. Now see. So for 1, here 1 is there. This condition holds true. As a result, rest of them are not printed. For I is equal to 1, we print I is equal to 1 here. This one. Then check. Equal to not equal to 0, yes, not equal to 0, so continue. As a result, this is not printed. I go here, I is equal to 2. I come here, I print I is equal to 2. This condition is false. As a result, I is equal to 2 printed again. As a result, hello and bye is printed again. Then I becomes I is equal to 3. I come here, I print 3. I print 3. But this condition holds true for 3. Why? Because the remainder is not equal to 0. 2 modulus 2, 3 modulus 2, remainder is not equal to 0. As a result, these lines will be skipped for 3, right? Then 4, becomes 4. Here we print I is equal to 4, right? Then this condition holds false for this. 4 modulus 2 is 0. So this condition holds false. As a result, we come here and we print 4, hello and bye again. Then 5, for 5, this condition is true. So this statement will not get executed and we hit the end of the loop. Is it clear now? Is it clear now? Right? Any doubt here, you can ask me. Why there is 2 and 4 twice in output? Because I have, this is printing in the top, right? So that all the numbers will be printed here. And for one whom this condition does not holds true, this condition is false, this will also get printed. That's why. See here, console.log I is twice for the person whom continue is not hit. That's why 2 and 4 is printed twice. 2 and 4 is printed twice. Once, sir, once again. No, sir, once again. Which line you didn't understood? If continue use, it will stop it there, not go further. If continue use, it will stop. It will basically skip the rest of the part and it will go to the next iteration. Sir, in Tuesday coding test, all whatever is read till now, anything will become. Yes, whatever we have covered in stock module will come in Tuesday exam. Yes. Any doubt here? If we only want to count how many times loop has run, then you continue, comment this part and check how many times I gets printed. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Till 5 because is equal to. After continue, when continue is hit, rest of the line inside the body of the code will be skipped, will not get executed. Next module is also taught by you. We'll see if time permits for me or somebody else will come and teach you next module. Is it clear, guys? Any doubt here? If we remove line number 4, then it will not print this extra I. Then it will try to run it by yourself, guys. If you have any doubt, try to run it multiple times and see how the output changes. I want you to taught for the next module. Your teaching style is awesome. Thank you. Thanks for the feedback. I'll see if I can. Okay. Other teachers are also good. So have a look. Have a try them also. If time permits, I'll take it. Okay. Thanks for the feedback really helps us, right? It motivates you to give more. So nice feedback is, if you like my teaching, please provide feedback, good feedbacks. It helps. It motivates you, right? Okay. So let us go to our problem that we were solving. And here we saw that, let us that 18 for 18 to heat will continue will be hit. Let me continue this dry run. Okay, please follow here. Sir, line number 2, I is less than equal to num. Can it also use I is less than num? I is less than num. Where you are talking about which, this one here? If you say less than num, then this loop will run 4 times. Check here. If I remove this, the loop will run 4 times. It will not run 5 times. But I want my loop to run 5 times, right? That's why I have put is equal to. Shubham, is it clear? No? See, leave these things, okay? Leave these things. Let me copy this and go to the new file, okay? Let me copy this and go to the new file. Now, let us remove these things. I do not want to print this, okay? See what happens if I do this. Let me save this, test 77, okay? Now see, sorry, 66, no, 77. How many times the loop run? 4 times. How many times the loop run? Tell me. Shubham, 4. Now include the is equal to. Include the is equal to. How many times this run? How many times I want my loop to run? 5 times, right? You are getting an idea. Suppose you want to remove this one. Suppose you want to remove this one. In that case, what should you do? Either you start from a number before. You start from a number before. In that case also it will run 5 times. So 0 is counted, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But how many times it run? It run 5 times. When you say less than 4, basically it stops at 4. So you should change the increment value. If you do not, if you want to start from 1, then you should adjust the condition such a way that the loop run 5 times. This is the way we design this condition. Okay. Is it clear? Yeah. Thank you. Now let us go to our original problem here. So I read 18. Next, I go to the next input. After 18 is 20. So I read 20 here this time. 35, 36, 37. No, I was reading this one, right? 23, 45 and 18. Here I was, sorry. So I read 23, 45, 18. And then what is the next input? 20 is the next input. So I read 20, and this case 20 less than equal to 18. No, right? Condition is false. So I'll increment my value. If less than equal to 18. It is not less than equal to 18. So I'll increment +1 and make it 3. Then I'll go ahead and read the next line, which is 17. I'll read 17. So the condition is 17 is less than equal to 18. Yes, this condition holds true. As a result, continue will be hit and eligible ++ will not get executed. And finally, we'll print eligible. What is eligible here? 3 is the eligible. Let us run this code. Let us run this code. This is linear search. This will be, let's name it as continue.js. Let me run this program. So please see my message also. Give me your, okay, I'll ping me over Slack. I'll provide you there. That you are really teaching from the basics and very simple, excellent way. Thank you. Thanks, Debjyoti. Thanks for the nice feedback. No, less than equal to. When 18 is less than equal to 18, this continue will be hit. Once this continue will be hit, eligible will not get executed. 18 is not eligible. We are eligible person is more than 18. More than 18. That's why. 17 is not eligible, right? 18 is not eligible. As a result, continue will be hit. Node continue, not concession. Continue. Input file is input. 3. See, 3 is the input. So how to check sum of age of eligible person? Okay, can you teach? Fantastic. Thank you, Tapan. See, there was a question on the chat who says, find the sum of the ages of the eligible person. What should I do? In that case, eligible will do what? Declare another variable, let's suppose sum, and initialize with 0. Try to understand. There was a question how we can find the sum of the eligible person, age of the eligible person. So what is the age represents? Age represents what? When I am here, when I am here, the person is eligible, right? When I am here, person is eligible. So here I can say sum is equal to sum plus age will give me the age of the person. Do you agree? Line number 66 will give me sum of the age of the eligible person. Do you all agree? right? And finally, we can print it also. If you want, you can print it here. Console.log age sum. Sum is the variable that holds the sum, right? Yes, you can, but let us do it here. Any doubt you can ask me in this program? We use inbuilt function sum. I have not taught you right, so we'll not use it. Try run this code. Okay, I'll try run this code. I am dry running this code again. Please be with me, concentrate here. I'll remove this thing. I'll remove this thing. Okay. So this is our input file and this is our code. Okay. I go here and read the first line and store the value in number of applicants. What is the first line? 5 is the first line. So I store 5 here. Okay. I store 5 here. I go to the next, I declare a variable eligible. Let us not use sum right now, okay, because sum is not included in our program, actual program. So I declare a variable eligible, okay, which is 0. I come here and start a for loop. How many applicants are there? Equal to 5. So I'll start from 1 and end till 5. Go here, read the file again. When I read the file again, I read the second line, which is 23. So value of age is 23 now. I go here and compare 23 less than equal to 18. Is it true? No. Is equal to false, right? Is equal to false. As a result, line number 63 will not get executed. Since line number 63 is not executed, line number 65 will get executed, right? Line number 65 will get executed. As a result, we do what? We add 1 to the initial value. What is the initial value? 0 is the initial value. So we add 1 to it and it becomes 1. Okay. I go to the next iteration. My I becomes 2. Earlier my I was 1. My I variable becomes value 2. I come here and read the file again. When I read the file again, it is 45. I come here and I give 45 here. My age value is 45. As a result, my next condition is 45 less than equal to 18. Is it true? No, it is false. The condition is false. As a result, this continue is not hit. Line number 63 will not get executed and we will come to line number 65 and we will add the 1 to the existing value. What is the existing value? 1 is the existing value. I will add 1 more to this. So now the value becomes 2. I go again, the next iteration, 3, I is 3. I come here, read the next line. What is the next line? 18, right? So I come here, my age value is 18 now. I come here, I check next condition. What is 18 is less than equal to 18. And this is true, right? This is true. When this is true, line number 63 gets executed. This is true. As a result, line number 63 gets executed. When line number 63 gets executed, line number 65 will not get executed. Do we agree? For true, when line number 63 executes, that is continue, this line number 65 will not get executed and we will move to the next iteration, which is 4. We will move to 4. When I come here, I read the line again. What is the next line? 20 is the next line. So my age becomes 20 now. I come here, I check the condition again. 20 less than equal to 18? No, right? No. So this is false. As a result, this continue will not get executed, As a result, this will get executed and we will add 1 to the existing value. What is the existing value? 2 is the existing value. So I add 1 to it and it becomes 3, right? I'll go to the next iteration, which is 5. 5 is less than 5. Yes. Less than equal to 5. Yes. 5 is less than equal to 5. I'll come here. I read the file again. What is the value in the next line? 17 is the value in the next line. I'll read 17. Okay. This time, what is the condition? 17 is less than equal to 18. Yes, this condition holds true. This condition holds true. As a result, line number 63 will get executed. Continue will get executed. As a result, eligible will not get eligible. Right? Line number 65 will not get executed. As a result, the eligible remains 3. Now we'll go to the next iteration. I is equal to 6. Now I is equal to 6. This condition is false. This condition is false. Right? When I give continue statement, it takes 18 age also, because you must have used less than only here. You should use less than equal to. So when I is 6, this condition is false. 5 is not less than equal, 6 is not less than equal to 5. As a result, we break, we come here and we print eligible. What is eligible? What is the value of eligible? 3 is the value of eligible and 3 gets printed. Can we put eligible plus plus in line number 65? In line number 65 in else? Yes, that can be another way. That can be another way, yes. No, since there is not, it's, yes, it will work, but there is no, if you put eligible inside, if there is no, nothing to, if there is no statement here, there is nothing to skip, right? So continue is placed, but it doesn't contribute anything. It doesn't help anything. Your program will print correctly, but continue doesn't have a meaning. Here continue has a meaning. Why? Here continue has a meaning. Why? Because eligible is executed or not executed depending on whether continue is hit or not. But if I do not have anything here, if I do not have anything here, in this continue doesn't have any effect, right? Whether it execute or not execute, nothing will get printed or not printed. Wait, are you getting it? If I put continue without this eligible statement, then continue doesn't contribute to our code, our logic. Yes. Sir, there are two incrementation is happening. So first is incrementing the age, next incrementing is doing, sir. Next incrementation is doing, first incrementation is increasing the age. No, I'm not increasing the age. Here I'm reading age. Age is of different applicants. Here only I'm doing the increment. And this increment is for I. This doesn't increment. This increments only the iteration of loop. This increment doesn't increment the eligible variable. This variable is different. This variable is different. Okay. What is I increments? I increments this value so that we will, if I don't do this, this will be an infinite loop, right? This I increment is for infinite, for loop. Sachin, are you getting it? I is incrementing so that my loops run for 5 times. It ends at 6 times. And this eligible is to check whether how many people are eligible, how many people has age greater than 18 years. So if I need to print continue, then if I need to print continue, you put it into double quotes. You put it into double quotes, continue double quotes like this. Console.log continue. This will print continue. It doesn't mean that it is continue keyword. Okay. Let continue is equal to 0. Can I use? No. Continue is a keyword. You cannot use it as a variable. Continue is a keyword. You should not use. Basically, compiler will not allow you to use it as a variable name. Okay. If I don't assign 0 to variable, then what will be the default value? We understood, right? It will be undefined. It will be undefined. It will be undefined. If I don't put, see here, problem. It's a good example to explain. See here, if I do this, will this program run? Tell me, will this program run? No. Why? Because when I do this, the value of eligible is what here? Undefined. The value of eligible is what? Undefined. Do we all agree the value is undefined here? Give me +1 if you all agree undefined here. When value is undefined here, And when you come here and do undefined plus plus, it will complain. It will say, Kya, what are you doing? I don't understand this. Undefined plus plus. Undefined plus plus. So basically, if you are not assigning 0 here, you should change this to eligible is equal to eligible plus 1. Are you getting it? Is it clear? When you are not using eligible is equal to 0, you should not use plus plus, because plus plus does what? It increments the value. And when it tries to increment the value of undefined, it gets confused. That is ambiguous. What is undefined cannot be incremented by 1. Are we all clear? Any doubt you can ask me? Should I do a prime number problem? I have 10 minutes of time. Now also line 65 is undefined. Line number 65 is undefined. Yes, but I am. Yes. You correctly pointed out. Yes. The eligible is still undefined, right? The eligible is still undefined. So you should not do like this. You can use a variable then I and increment by I, or in fact we cannot do plus plus on this. Eligible cannot be used to sum, right? So first time you can increment, you can have like this: if eligible is equal to undefined. If it is undefined, put eligible is equal to 1 for the first time, and next time you do eligible plus 1. There is a way to do everything, but we do not need this, right? We should not do this. We do not need to do this. Instead, you define it with 0, you initialize with 0, and keep on doing plus 1. Okay, so let us go to prime number. Let us go a problem. Since we have 10 minutes of time, I'll do a prime number problem. Okay, so the problem is program to find whether given number is prime or not. Okay, so tell me, what is a prime number? What is a prime number? A prime number is a number which is divisible by 1 and itself. So 5 is a prime number because only 1 and 5 can divide this. When I say divide this, because basically remainder is 0. Similarly, 7 is a prime number. 9 is not a prime number. Why? Because 9 is divisible by 3. Right? Are you getting it? 2 is a special prime. You can say 2 is a prime. Okay. 13 is a prime number. Yes. 17 is a prime number. 19 is a prime number. Because any number between them, 1 and itself, cannot divide it. So all these are prime numbers. How to find it? Now here, see this. See the difference. Here what we need to do is, we need to find someone to prove that a number is not prime. What should we do? We should find a number which can divide it between 1 and itself. So if I have a number x, and I want to prove this number is not prime, then I should make sure that any number between 1 and x divides this number. Do you agree? I should find any one number which can divide this x between 1 and x. If it is true, I can find any one number. I will say this is not a prime, right? Do you agree? Yes. So how to solve this? Let us take a number. Suppose number is 35. Okay, number is 35. What I need to do? I need to run a for loop. Let I is equal to 2 I is less than num I plus plus. What is the meaning of this for loop? This for loop runs between 2 and x minus 1. Why? Because I know 1 and number itself, 1 and x divides the number. We know 1 and number divides the number. So basically we need to check between 2 and a number less than x to find out whether the number is prime or not. Do you agree? Are you able to understand? Are you able to follow me? I know 1 and x can divide this number. So I need to find someone between these two numbers, 2 and x minus 1, who can divide this number. So I'll run a for loop, and for every I will check if num modulus I, any number, is equal to 0. If he is able to divide, then I'll say yes, the number is not prime, right? I'll say declare a variable mark, or you can print it directly, but still print it directly, console.log not prime. Do I need to go further and check? Do I need to go further and check? No, right? Once I found any one number, I'll be sure that this is not a prime number, right? So basically I need to break here. Why? Because I do not need to check further. I do not need to check further. Now let us dry run this code, okay? Let us dry run this code. Let us dry run this code. Oh, it becomes yes, huh? So let me take some smaller value so that we will understand. 7. Let me take 7, okay? So what happens? I come here, I is equal to 2. So I is equal to 2. I come here and try to divide 7 with 2. I try to divide 7 with 2. 7 modulus 2 is equal to 0. Is it? No, right? Remainder is 1. So this condition doesn't hold true. This condition doesn't hold true. It goes to 3. It goes to 3. I come here, I divide. 7 modulus 3 is equal to 0. No, right? So this condition doesn't hold true. This condition doesn't hold true. I go I is equal to 4. I check, is 7 divisible by 4? 7 divisible by 4? No, right? It is not divisible by 4. So this condition doesn't hold true. Then I go I is equal to 5. I check again, 7 modulus 5. 7 modulus 5. Sorry, 7 modulus 5 is equal to 0? No. So this condition doesn't hold true. Then I go and check 7 modulus 6 is equal to 0? No, right? So again, this is not hit. So I go to 7 and this if condition breaks. If condition breaks. And here I will not get printed anything. To print prime, sorry, it is prime here or not prime. Okay. To print prime, what should I do? If I want to print prime and not prime both, what should I do? Instead of printing here, I should use a mark variable. Instead of printing here, I should use a mark variable. We all agree, right? Mark or any variable, mark it as 0. And here you increment the value. Mark is equal to 1. And here you check if mark is equal to 1. That means what? Console.log prime We all understand this, right? We all understand this. Why mark is used? Because I wanted to print both prime and not prime. If I used it there, I would not be able to print not prime or prime. Let me run this code. It is node test 88, right? So not prime 7. If mark is equal to 1. Prime. Sorry, I have wrongly printed. It should be not prime here and prime here. So prime number. Now let us check for something which is a prime number, which is not a prime number. So 9. Let us dry run this for 9, okay? Let us dry run this for 9. If count is 2, then it is prime. If count, you can do like that also, use a count, but that you are checking for all the numbers, right? You are checking for all the numbers. You are dividing this for all the numbers between. Suppose 1 to 100. So you will be running this for loop for 100 times. But here we will do it for 2 times, right? So this is a better way. See for 9, how many times the loop runs? So 2, I is equal to 2, 9 modulus 2 not equal to 0. So this condition doesn't hold true. I go ahead and check for 3. I check for 3, 9 modulus 3 is 0. This condition holds true. I break from here and print it is not a prime number. Do you get it? Do not understand. Which part you do not understand? Can I put I is equal to n minus 1 as condition? Yes, then this will be equal to, right? This will be equal to and put n minus 1. Let percent I is equal to 2, a number is being read. If I less than n, this works. Seems okay to me. Sir, 7 modulus 1. No, yes, remainder is 1, right? 7 modulus 1, remainder is 0. Remainder should be 0. 7 into 7 is equal to 1. Remainder is 0. Sir, that mark is equal to 1, then it should prime number, but printing not prime. No. If we have entered here, that means what? If mark is 1, that means what? Any number between 1 and x is able to divide. So it should be not prime, right? If we are able to divide, if it is not equal to 1, then it should be prime. For a prime number, this condition will be false, right? For every number. No. If mark is 1, that means some number, any number, that like 9, 3 was able to divide. When 3 was able to divide, that means what? It is not a prime number. Don't, right? It is not a prime number. Tapan, you are getting? If 3 is able to divide, if some number can divide this number and mark is equal to 1, that means it is not a prime number, right? For a prime number, this condition will be never true. This condition will never true. So basically, if you want to put prime here, mark should be 0. If mark is equal to 0, then it is a prime number. 1 and 2 you should not calculate, okay? 2 it will be able to calculate, 1 it should not calculate because 1 is special prime. No, when a number is divided by 1, what happens? When a number is divided by itself, what happens? Tell me. Remainder will be 0, right? 1 can divide every number. 1 can divide every number. So remainder is 0. Quotient will be 7. Okay, guys, we will conclude today's class here. I hope you have understood everything. Any doubt, you can ping me directly. Today evening, I'll check my. No, sir. What is the problem, Raj? Tell me. Please repeat small. Slowly, huh? Okay. This prime number program? Remainder problem. Acha. So, okay. If I divide any number by itself, when I divide this number by 1, modulus 1, what is the remainder for this number? 7 divided by 1. Divided by 1. What is the quotient here? What will be quotient here? Tell me. Quotient. No, quotient. Quotient means what? How many times? 7 is the quotient. And what will be remainder? Remainder will be what? 0, right? Remainder will be 0. Is it clear? Okay. So ping me over Slack. I'll be online in the evening. Any doubt, I'll explain there. Okay. We will conclude today's class here. By normal division. So quotient, how to get quotient? Quotient, we can get it number divisible. This division will gives you quotient, and num modulus division will give you remainder. No, tomorrow is not test. Tomorrow we have another class where suppose we need to find this prime number for multiple number. Here we checked whether this number is prime or not. Okay. Suppose this is not a single number, it is multiple numbers. Then what we will have to do? We will have to run this for loop for n number of numbers. So basically, tomorrow we will learn about nested loops. Nested loops. How a loop can be called inside another loop. It is an interesting class. We can convert this program to search whether multiple numbers is prime or not, and there we will need multiple for loops, nested for loops. Test will be held on Tuesday. Test will be held on Tuesday. Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'll stop here. Let's join together tomorrow. We'll discuss a nested loop. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining. Bye now. Bye. I'll close the class now.